kind of a different video, or not really a different video because I had to clear my throat there, sorry. It kind of has to do with like social study stuff and psychology between people. So I do videos on that stuff sometimes. So I guess it kind of relates to it. So and I this is like such a big thing, like in the nerd community. Even I am getting asked about it, and I do have a lot of nerd friends. So I even got asked about it on stream, and I'm sure if other people are more nerdy, they've probably heard about it from their Facebooks, and I've been seeing a shitload about it on Facebook. So there's this whole thing about this like Vic. I don't know his last name. I should have looked. The Vic guy that does Brawley's voice. There's this other guy named, and there's like a meme right now or like a hashtag like Kick Vic or something. And there's this like Todd guy that people post about, and then there's the Ryzen guy, and this like Jeff guy or something, right? So there's like four people that are getting posted about a lot, right? And my too long didn't watch, didn't read story, the opinion is that I'll look at that later. My too long didn't read or whatever is that it's one thing to say that someone is a fucking asshole or trying to fuck lots of girls, and it's another thing to go around calling someone a fucking rapist, right? There's a big difference. And I just think this whole thing that I keep seeing people post, it's like really inappropriate because I feel like no matter what the anime community is doing right now, or and just like human, let's just say like human beings, right? Like you can't post that you know that someone has been out there raping people because just listen to what you just said. Oh yeah, we all know this person has gone out there and he's like raping people, sexually assaulting people. Like you just totally you just totally fucking set yourself up the bomb by saying that because either they really did do it or you just admitted that apparently all these people know that this is going on, which is really fucked up, right? Now again, I've never met any of these dudes before. Again, I guess it's like some big guy that's a voice actor. Todd guy's a voice actor. Um, a Ryzen guy and a Jeff guy, right? So I've never met any of these dudes, but I can just say, you might say like, well, Clayton, what do you know about these people? I can say I do have enough nerdy friends and I do go to cons very randomly. And so I actually do know some voice actresses in real life. Because I know one girl, she actually used to live near me actually, but and I got to be vague about who I talk about, but I do know some people that help run cons and that kind of stuff, right? So, and I just know other nerds, right? So I can say, yes, I have heard that these dudes are like assholes, right? I mean, I can say for like this Vic guy and whatever, blah, blah, blah. I've heard that he's like abusive to the staff and they really don't like having him there. But I guess you make money off cons by having like popular voice actors and actors there. So it's like, oh, we got to like give in to his demands. So even if he's like an asshole or a dick to us, we got to deal with it, right? You know what I mean? And I've also heard, God, lots of bad stories. Again, I don't know. A lot of these people kind of wanted to remain not anonymous. Boy, that really is like 4chan now, isn't it? Right? A lot of these people, they kind of want to remain sort of anonymous, right? I mean, because they don't want to like get in trouble for speaking about it, which just kind of shows you what one of the problems is in the first place. But I've heard a lot of bad stories about this Ryzen dude. Which, first of all, let me just say, I've heard a lot of bad stories about this dude, even like stealing money from people. I don't know how the fuck I can actually hear that this dude has stole thousands of dollars from people, and the dude hasn't been already like blacklisted and whatever, right? You know what I mean? So I have heard lots of bad stories about these dudes, right? And I've heard stories about these dudes going around trying to fuck people. But there's a difference between being a huge and I'm not, and that it sounds like I'm actually playing like devil's advocate, I think is the English term for it. I'm not sure. My English sucks, but because it feels like I'm defending people that are known assholes, and that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to say that there's a big difference between saying that someone is a huge asshole and is going around trying to fuck a lot of girls and saying that they are actually a fucking rapist. Because that's really fucked up and it's really, really fucking inappropriate. What's even worse, I've been seeing all these like posts on Facebook too, and it's like you have these people talking about like, oh yeah, it's like we all know this dude's an asshole, blah, 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 blah. And again, even I've heard it, and I'm not even really in the scene, but just because I know people that help run cons and, you know, are actually in anime, whatever, blah, blah, blah. It's one thing to fucking say that. And then it's another thing when I see people posting on Facebook and wherever they're posting, like, oh yeah, we all know he's around sexually harassing people and he's like raped people and all this kind of shit. And it's like, whoa, dude, time the fuck out. Don't use fucking easy words like that, right? Like, it's just so fucking inappropriate, dude. Because it's like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, not only because you just totally fucked yourself, dude. Either this is actually going on and you supposedly multiple people have known about it and you haven't said anything, or you're using a fucking easy word. And you shouldn't use easy words that are so extreme like that, right? Because that's a fucking serious thing, dude. And it's the craziest thing is too, I don't know about anyone else, but when I look at my Facebook friends list, and they have started to get rid of them and all that kind of stuff. At first, these dudes and these girls and dudes, whatever that were posting it, are still friends with these people on Facebook. Because I had to like look them up, right? And I'm like, so who are they talking about? And I'm like, oh yeah, it's like them. And like, wait a second, this dude that you're fucking throwing under the bus right now, who I've heard that you think is a huge asshole in the first place, now you're posting that you know that he has raped people or some bullshit. Like, do you see how fucked up that is? That makes no sense. Something is suspect here. Something doesn't add up here. And again, I'm not trying to justify anything because I've heard some bad stories about some of these dudes, right? And I'm not trying to justify anyone being an asshole to people that are running the cons. You know, I know one girl, I can't mention her name, but I know she runs one of these anime things. You know what I mean? She's like, oh yeah, it sucks when we get Vic because blah blah blah. He's such an asshole to us, you know. But I've never heard before that, oh yeah, he's out here raping people. Do you know what I mean? Or again, and I've heard some bad stories about all four of these dudes, right? But I haven't heard that they're out raping people. And now all of a sudden, the fuck they are. They've sexually assaulted all these people and raped all these people. And it's like, dude, do I have to like defend a person that I've heard is an asshole? Because that's what we're getting at, right? And that just shows you how like fucked up things are, dude. And it's just like, you shouldn't fucking use an easy word like that because even now, if something has happened to somebody, now it's like imagine you tell 10 things about somebody. You tell seven, tell you say 10 bad things about somebody, right? And seven of the bad things are true and three of the bad things are not true. Well, if you even just lie about three things, whatever, you're going to start thinking that all these other things might not be exactly true as well, right? Hopefully you get what I'm getting at, you know? Um, so I just think it's some of the wording that people are using, it's really fucked up. And then what's worth, a lot of these people, you see people talking shit about these people and they're still friends with them on Facebook. I have started to see people finally deleting these people, but it's like, dude, you're something is hella fucking suspect here, dude. And it's just like, man, like imagine, and here's the thing, maybe some shit actually has happened like that, right? But now because so many people are saying it, and it just does not make sense to me to say that, oh yeah, we all have known this person's like raped somebody. He's raped this person. We all know they've raped all these people. It's like, dude, okay, really? And I mean, here's the thing. Again, I'm a really fucking blunt person when I talk about, you know, social kind of stuff and just in general, right? If anyone's ever watched me talk about this stuff, I don't know if this is going to get more views from my regular audience, but maybe it will because, God, I guess if I was actually getting asked about it, that's kind of weird, right? Um, Mind blank. Here's the thing. I think again, having a real conversation. Anyone that's been to a con or not, we all know people are having sex with each other, and I've made many topics about this before in vlogs. Convenience of perspective. That's how a lot of people live their life, and social proof is one of the most important things in terms of dynamics between a man and a girl, girls, boys, whatever the fuck you're talking about. You know what I mean? Just relationships, period, right? Any interaction, right? And it's all people just live by the convenience of their perspective. It doesn't matter if something is true or not, right? So we all know lots of people are fucking each other. I know someone's trying to post, oh, he had sex with like a 16-year-old girl or some kind of bullshit. I can't believe, and like I shouldn't, I don't know if she's gonna watch this, but just an example, a girl she posted about this that's on my Facebook. She's like, well, I'm glad I wasn't good looking when I was 16, so no one could try to get with me. And but the thing is, here's my thing again. I'm a blunt person, dude. Like maybe it's not PC, but Dude, where I live, 16 is legal. Um, Most places in the U.S. are not 18. And let's be honest, do you think people aren't having sex earlier than that? I mean, dude, I've told the story, dude. I grew up very unpopular, dude. And then once I started hitting puberty and all this kind of stuff, I used to have girls tell me how ugly I was in class, all this kind of stuff. People threw rocks at my face. And then once I became quotation marks good looking and got a job as a model, I was 15 years old. I remember my teachers hitting on me. I've had doctors grab my dick. I shouldn't say doctors, doctor, right? Um, you know what I mean? So do you think people aren't all fucking each other all over the place, right? So I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that's the fucking real world, dude. Things like that. You think there's not a bunch of fucking people having sex with each other at cons? Really, dude? Like half these people are like jacking off to like lolly porn in the first place, dude. You're watching like Japanese hentai. I have to fucking like Japanese animes or some. You know what I mean, dude? It's like such a fucking I don't know if it's like you call it like again, my English is terrible, but it's like, are they like trying to white knight or show that they're better than other people? And I'm just trying to say that, dude, there's such a big difference between saying that someone is a huge asshole or dick and is trying to fuck a lot of people and saying that they raped somebody. And you really shouldn't use words like that because it's really fucking inappropriate, and you just because if something actually has happened, you might not even believe them because who knows which one was the truth? Because again, you have these like people, the convenience of perspective. Like there's that idea that some people, oh, I regret having sex with that person. Oh, they raped me. Blah 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 blah. And people lie so often, dude. I can even say again, I've told the story when I grew up unpopular, and then I've gotten so popular now. Well, at various times in my life, I've been very popular, I guess, with girls, but um, I've reached the point in my life where I've said it because it sounds so stupid. I actually have to save messages from girls sometimes just because if I turn them down, they might try to say that I tried to get with them. Do you know what I mean? And that's the dangerous thing about Snapchat because a girl could be trying to send you like naked pictures of herself or something, and you like turn her down, and then the next minute she's saying you tried to get with her, dude. Like, I mean, that's the fucking real world we live in, dude. People make shit up, okay? And I know I saw that video of someone posted it for me. The Vic guy was crying, which I had to look the guy up, and apparently the guy's almost 60 years old or something, right? And I was kind of surprised. His voice is kind of girlish. I was expecting more of a manly voice for some reason, but I watched this video of him crying, but within 10 seconds you heard the crowd, and the crowd's like, oh god, oh god, blah 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 blah, oh god. And I just when you see that, it's like you're trying to tell me that these fangirls of anime cons, whatever the fuck they are, dude. You're trying to tell me that a majority of these girls that are fanboying, or a girl doesn't fanboy, a girl fangirls, right? Whatever, dude. Point is, you're trying to tell me that a lot of these people aren't trying to fuck that dude in the first place, dude, because whoever he voice acted, maybe they want the brawly dick, whatever anime he's been in, dude. And I'm sure they know how old he is, right? So that's not even daddy mode. That's like fucking grandpa mode, right? But you know, that's just fucking life, dude. And I know people, that's not a popular opinion, like such, because that's a fucking huge age gap, right? But I mean, as long as it's fucking like technically legal, doesn't matter if the dude's fucking 60 years old and the girl's 16, if it's legal in 16 to stay, whatever, dude. People are trying to fuck people, dude. That's fucking real life. That doesn't make you a fucking rapist. And again, I don't want to defend these people that have actually hurt or shitty people, but don't use easy words, right? Does that make sense? Because it's really fucked up, I think, right? Because if something actually has happened now, people just use, oh, I had sex with him and then I regret it, whatever. That's fucked up because maybe something actually has happened, right? And the weird thing about that is too, I should close this almost, and I'm done. I understand, again, talking to some people, my friends that have like helped run these cons. Again, if you're just talking about the perspective of people running cons, they said that they were afraid to call him out when he was like such an asshole and he's a dick to staff and all this kind of stuff because he helps people make money, right? You know what I mean? At the cons too, right? So again, I understand that perspective, right? And I've heard about that way before all of this, right? But I hadn't been hearing that he's a rapist and like the Todd guy, I haven't heard that that guy's a rapist and whoever else is being mentioned. But I understand that because there's a dynamic there of that you wouldn't want to call this person an asshole because whatever, right? But the weird thing about the Ryzen guy and the Jeff guy is that, again, because I like psychology and social aspect of things, I always think, well, what the fuck was this like Ryzen dude and this Jeff guy? What were they bringing? What was their social value to the situation? Because apparently these dudes are huge assholes, and I have heard some bad shit about, the Ryzen guy in particular doing some really fucked up shit, right? And also stealing money from people. They're taking money from people, abusing people like that too. And it's like if someone fucking did that to me, dude, this is just him being an asshole as well. I'd be calling this dude out, fucking period. This dude stole thousands of dollars from me. He's like beating up his fucking girlfriend and that kind of bullshit, dude. You know, if I heard that kind of fucking shit, dude, like this dude wouldn't be my fucking friend, but people were still friends with the dude. And then again, so I'm not trying to justify this, but then all of a sudden now people are trying to say, oh, yeah, well, I guess we all kind of knew that he's a rapist and he's sexually, assaulted all these people. It's like, whoa, dude, time out. Why the fuck is he still on your friends list if you guys all knew this? Do you know what I mean? Like, this is the weird, such a weird, just because I like human psychology, just because it's so fucking weird, right? So it's like, that doesn't make sense. It's like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if it's just weird things about humans, but I feel like if you're going to get someone in trouble, make it for something they actually did. Don't make it for something, this the fake kind of rape that it's so sad that there's like a fake kind of rape, right? But I mean, it's just what they fucking society we live in now because people lie so easily. Like I said, I mean, I've reached a point in my life like it's so fucking crazy. It's like Snapchat is one of the best and worst things that has happened to society that so many times I'm like I should have saved that message. You think you're having like a mundane conversation with somebody, and then all of a sudden like, oh, you turned them down and like they're making something else up about you, right? But that's fucking real life, dude. And so again, I'm just trying to say like I don't want to sound like I'm defending dudes I've heard that are assholes, but just because a dude is an asshole and trying to fuck lots of girls, lots of people are trying to do that, dude. It doesn't make you a fucking rapist though. You shouldn't fucking if the dude's such a fucking asshole, why are you guys friends with him? Which again I have heard. But point being, hopefully you get what I'm saying at. That's what I don't get. And I've just been asked I actually got asked about this on stream, which is crazy. And I keep seeing it on my Facebook all over the place. And even crazier, dude, it just goes to show you if people can't have a honest conversation about shit that's going on, this stuff will never get better because I posted about this on Facebook too. I'm like trying to call people out, like, what are you guys fucking posting this for? Why are you guys still this person trying blah 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 blah? And then people started posting, and then all of a sudden they deleted their comments. And one guy's like, well, I can't actually say what I said because I work for ASIN. You know what I mean? So I got to delete my comment, but I agree with you. And all these people that are afraid to actually say what's going on. And that's why there's a problem. And I'm like, dude, I talking to another guy. He's more high up in the con game. He's done big stuff at con. He was cons and he was posting. He's like, ah, fuck. Well, I guess I probably should take it down because, I'm more known and I don't want people to think, stuff. And it's just like, but dude, it's like I understand you guys got more stake in the game, right? I'm just a nobody. I just randomly go to cons, so it doesn't really bother me. But anyway, that's my opinion. I was surprised that I actually got asked about it, but on my stream. But I guess there is a crossover between video games and anime, so I guess that's why it happens. But anyway, so that's basically my point. My point is, if something actually happened, legitimately happened, unfortunately, the fact that it was done in such a shady way, who the fuck would you even know to believe? Because you dudes and girls have done it in such a roundabout way. It's so fucking suspect, right? So, anyway, keeping my channel active, guys. The end.